Game of Thrones Season 8 secrets have been revealed in new promos. No, this isn't an April Fool's joke. It's the real deal, folks. New Game of Thrones promos are revealing some big secrets for the final season, as well as answering long-standing questions and even giving some credence to a prominent fan theory. Now, the spots aired Sunday night during the season premieres of Barry and Veep, and while they have yet to make their online debut, fans were quick to record them on their phones and share the low-quality footage online. Now, since the footage hasn't officially dropped on the web, we won't be showing any specific screen grabs, but we will be breaking down what was learned in the footage in detail. So if you want to head into the final season of Game of Thrones as unsullied as Grey Worm, then hold the door from opening on this video, because there will be spoilers.
Hold the door! Hold the door!
First up, one of the biggest reveals shows the reunion of two fan faves, Jon Snow and Arya Stark. Previous teasers have hinted at this, but according to this new footage, we will 100% be seeing the bro and sis back together again. If you recall, the last time they actually shared the screen was in the second episode of Season 1 when Jon gave Arya her trusty sword Needle. Aside from the much-anticipated Clegane Bowl, Jon and Arya might be the biggest sibling reunion to look forward to this season. In the new footage, we also get a nice shot of Tyrion, who's warning the occupants in the Great Hall of Winterfell about how now is not the time for petty squabbles. In his words, "We must fight together now or die. Our enemy doesn't die, doesn't stop, they're coming." And in the background of Tyrion's rallying speech, we see Sansa and Daenerys. We've sensed some sauciness between the Lady of Winterfell and the Mother of Dragons in previous teasers, but in this new promo, we see them both seated at the head of the table in Winterfell. Could this mean Dany and Sansa put aside their differences as they prepare to face off with the army of the dead? They're both smart leaders who, unlike Cersei, recognize the impending danger of the White Walkers, and honestly, do we need any more subplots of smart characters pretending to be stupid, a la the Littlefinger Arya-Sansa dynamic from last season? Now, we've seen him before in the Season 8 trailer, but the promos also give us another shot of Beric Dondarrion, the one-eyed, red god-worshipping leader of the Brotherhood Without Banners, who can be seen brandishing his fiery sword, further confirming that he and Tormund Giantsbane survived the White Walkers breaching the wall. Beric has been brought back to life a whopping 6 times by the Red Priest, Thoros of Myr. But since Thoros died during the Dirty Dozen mission to capture a white north of the wall, Beric is out of continues, so we're excited to see just how a badass one-eyed mercenary with fire swords and no lives left handles the zombie apocalypse. But the biggest thing that's got folks burning up the interwebs has everything to do with dragons. As reported by Vanity Fair's Joanna Robinson, it seems that one shot in particular points towards the fan theory that Jon, a secret Targaryen, will ride one of Dany's 2 remaining dragons like the Targaryens of old. In her article, the Game of Thrones expert breaks down how the promo supports this theory. We see a shot of Davos, Tyrion, and Varys looking up at the sky, likely at a dragon passing by overhead. Now, dragons are, of course, a sight to be seen, but these 3 characters in particular have all been around dragons enough to not be quite so shocked at seeing them flying. So what could possibly have them in awe? Perhaps it's not the dragon, but who is riding it? We also see shots of the dragon Rhaegal intercut with onlookers in one of the 2 promos, and although it appears that Rhaegal is flying on his own, Joanna Robinson suggests that it seems very likely Jon has been digitally removed from this shot, a la Marvel Studios trailer style. Joanna Robinson certainly knows her stuff when it comes to Game of Thrones, so if she's writing about this theory, then there's a very good possibility that it's more than just mere speculation and could be happening for real. And while putting edited shots into a trailer is more closely associated with Marvel, it is an effective move, and maybe HBO has been taking notes, especially when you consider how protective they have been with spoilers this season. But would HBO go so far as to digitally paint out Jon from this shot? It seems like they could have just used some standard dragon footage stockpiled at this point. However, most fans seem to agree with the Vanity Fair theory and suspect they will see him riding Rhaegal at some point. The dragon is named for Dany's brother Rhaegar, who is Jon Snow's real father, so it definitely tracks. But we will have 2 weeks until the premiere to find out for sure. But what do you folks think? Will Jon ride a dragon in Season 8, or will the other rumored secret Targaryen Tyrion take a ride? Do you think the Night King will make it all the way down to King's Landing? And which sibling reunion are you most excited to see? The Starks, the Cleganes, the Lannisters, the Greyjoys? Let's discuss. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified every time we go live with the show or drop a new video. And if this wasn't enough Game of Thrones for you, make sure to check out today's Nerdist News Edition, where we get you up to speed on the Clegane Bowl. And make sure to tune in this Wednesday when Edition uncovers the theory that Bran will warg into a dragon. Seriously. You don't want to miss it.